Okay, I can already tell you for sure,
Mhm.
and you can change my mind anytime, that this is a brand restricted product.
Mm. Okay.
Did you check it on Seller Central?
No.
Okay, then I invite you to do that, but
Yes.
I would guess that you can sell it because it's brand restricted. Anyhow, let's do the analysis, because you were having some
Okay.
doubts about the analysis. It can be interesting for just. Okay, so I see that it's sold as a sorted model. Mm-hmm. Which country are you having doubt about? France?
France and also Spain.
Also Spain.
Yes, because in Carrefour there are 70% offer in the second unit.
Ah, okay. So
If you go to Carrefour,
mm-hmm. You even have a better price.
then the price will be
second unit 70.
450. Yeah. The price will be.
So it would be 450 a unit,
450,
right?
yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely more interesting product. Indeed. So in Spain, what do we have here? Let's narrow down to the month. Definitely a lot of sales. Something here it says 7, but I would even say more than 7. So the most interesting price, I would say, that is this here. So this long line here, somewhere 15.91. Here it dropped a little bit, so around 15 euros.
Mm-hmm.
15 euros, yes, it's still profitable. Not an amazing profit, but definitely a profit.
But it sells fast.
It sells very
right?
fast. It sells very fast. So here we're talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something around 20 units a month could be.
Okay.
Could be. So it's probably more than this. This is definitely underestimated by Keepa.
Mm-hmm.
Here we can have a lot more. But indeed, the price is quite stable. So what I see here from the Keepa graph analysis is that we have a lot of sales, and the price is relatively stable. So we don't have a huge gap between the prices. So here we have 15.91. Here we have 15.07. There was a period in which Amazon was in the buy box for a very short period, probably one day or less. But the price was definitely not interesting anymore. And far away in time, I mean, if you extend the analysis, let's see, here we have a price increase. Yeah, okay, there was a period in which the price was in the range of 13 euros. It's probably going to be a little bit too low. Yeah, it's still profitable even for 13 euros.
But in this product, there are sellers who sells used.
There is a used mark.
Yes.
As I told you, the sales rank is impacted by sales generated by used condition. But the spikes that you see here are all sales that are generated by new conditions. The intensity, so the amount of peaks and the amount of let's say the way this green line moves is very little impacted by used toys, by used conditions.
Okay.
In general, you can immediately ignore the used condition and consider all these sales as new ones.
Okay.
The graph, at least the BSR, is not impacted. It's impacted very little. Let's be honest. It's impacted very little by sales generated by used condition.
Okay.
So
then also in France, it's a good product.
In France, yeah, I see a used price. Who's selling a toy like this in the used condition? But okay. Now I'm curious. I want to see. Amazon itself. Okay. Amazon warehouse. Like new. Okay, so this is not used. It's really let's call it reconditioned or something. So probably toys that have been damaged or have the box in a damaged condition that are sold by Amazon as in the used condition.
Okay. And I see in the Seller Central that this product is I need approval in toys and games category.
Yeah, and also in the for the brand, the LOL brand is usually
but
gated.
It's not showing the brand.
No? Okay.
No, it's not showing.
Okay, so
Then
the brand restriction is sometimes tricky. When you get approved for a certain category, for example, then you will be prompt to get the same approval for the brand. So it can be that you have a multi-step approval process to get through.
And it's difficult to be ungated for example, toys and games?
No, absolutely. It's toys is definitely the easiest category to get ungated for. It's way more difficult to get ungated for groceries, for example.
Okay, nice.
Or for baby products. So there are certain categories that you need to have some kind of solid proof. But for toys, it's super easy. You just buy a certain number of products from a reliable supplier. You ship them to actually you send to Amazon the invoices, and most of the cases you're good to go without any further action that you have to take in order to get approved.
Okay.
So coming back to the analysis here, okay, you can definitely exclude the used condition and focus on the new. We are on the month view, so the latest price is 35.80. That is the one reported here. The price fluctuation is quite limited, so we have 33.80, so €2 gap. And a little bit more further in time at the beginning of the month, we have we had Amazon for a very limited period of time, €13. So I will completely ignore this period here. They are so short. Even if you are having a price like this, and all of a sudden Amazon enters and stays for 1 day for such a low price, you're not going to sell anything for that day for sure because your price is
yes, of course.
But as soon as Amazon sells out and you're back the best seller, then you start selling again. So you might have a gap of a few hours even in your sales, and right after that you start selling like before. So you can definitely ignore this period here and not take into account for your analysis.
But
this price here, this price here is more worrying. So it's quite far away in time. So we are talking about the beginning of the month, so more than 2 weeks ago. It's quite an old price. Now the stable price is this, and it's still generating a lot of sales. So you see how shaky is the graph. So probably this seller here didn't realize that they could sell the same product for a much higher price without many problems. So it's very difficult that a new seller is entering the listing with a very low price in respect of what's already in the buy box. We can go and check. Yeah, you see. So in this case, I have definitely a better view on the sales history, so I can make more in depth consideration. So if we start 3 months ago, we see that the best price was somewhere around €17.63, the orange box.
Yes.
And there was another FBM seller with a higher price that was definitely not having the buy box. Then for a very long period, the product stayed. Then Amazon entered into play. Then at a certain point, the FBA seller that was having this price here disappeared. You see, the prices disappeared from here. So probably that seller went out of stock. Let's see, 5. Yeah. I was checking. Let's see the counts.
Okay.
So here probably the seller disappears somewhere in this period here. So this price here disappears. So all of a sudden, the best price turned to be this one. But okay, in this period there was Amazon, so please ignore this period. And all of a sudden, the blue dot turned to be the best price, the best seller.
Okay.
And another FBA seller started using the same price of the FBM seller. So the price adjusted high.
Okay.
And for this period, the new price was higher than before. And then all of a sudden, the price went up again and stayed stable for another while. And in this period here, you see, if we move down to the seller count, at a certain point, from 2 sellers of this period here, we went to only 1 seller. That was FBM seller. So this means that this FBA seller went out of stock. This price here that was stable since before, so all of a sudden disappeared, and the best price turned to be this one. And the product is still selling, so we are not talking a price that is too high. So the price was driven by FBA. Here, FBA, here, FBA, here, FBA. And when the FBA seller disappeared, then the FBM started to be the best seller. So if you now join as FBA seller, you would definitely dominate this listing and be the only seller for this product. You see the offer count here in the bottom part is stating only 1 seller, and it's FBA seller, FBM seller. So you enter FBA, you take the buy box, and you make all these sales. If you are engaged for this product.
Okay. But one question. From April till today, the BSR rank looks like less spiky. It could be because of the used sales, or
definitely
because
the price
because the price is higher.
The price is higher, so the number of spikes dropped a bit. So let's say I see that here the spikes are taller. They have a high difference between the low point and the high point. And in this period, they are slightly less high. This could be related to the fact that the price was higher, and so the sales were not happening at the same time. So a taller spike can also mean that you had more than 1 sale in one single period of time. So Keepa is sampling BSR. So if you narrow down to a specific moment in time, you see that there is some time between a change and another change. So if we pick a single spike here, for example. So here, so this was a sale. So this moment here was a sale. But the sampling period went from here to probably here. So in this period of time, it could be that multiple sales have happened.
Okay.
And that's probably the reason why these spikes were so high, because it didn't happen only 1 sale, but multiple sales. While in this period, probably only 1 sales are happening at the time, so the spikes are less high.
Okay.
In general, if you see a graph like this, it means that you have sales. You see how many changes in the graph you have. Then the amplitude of the spikes, it really depends on the number of sales that are happening in the very same moment.
Okay.
In general, let's see some advanced statistics. So here, what do we have? Sales rank for 15. Okay, so this is what is the current sales rank of this? Oh, because we are in the wrong page. Let's see here. So here you can see the current PSR on several categories. So on the main category, we are talking about 11, almost 12,000. That is a very low sales rank. So this means that this product is in the top category of the toys. Is one of the best-selling toys.
Okay.
So having such low number, it means that it's selling a lot in general. So this graph here actually represents the real positioning of the product in the sales rank.
Okay.
Because the closer to 0, the better the product in terms of performances.
Yes. Okay.
From an Amazon point of view, it's a rank. So it's this product is constantly compared to other products in the same category. The closer you are to 0, the better the product is selling in general.
Okay, and about one question about statistics.
Yeah.
The drops. What are drops? What does it mean?
Let's see. Keepa is trying to estimate the number of sales based on the number of drops. So in the number of times the BSR changes. As you can see, the statistics tells you that in the last 90 days, 58 per month. So according to some weird Keepa algorithm, Keepa graph calculation, you are supposed to have 58 sales per month for this product, probably as an average in the past 3 months. Okay. This sounds quite weird to me because I don't see 58 spikes in this graph. I see probably a little bit less. So I would be very cautious to use directly this number. Okay. I would use a number that is calculated based on the graph itself. Okay. It can be definitely a good indicator. So let's see. Yeah, no, so 58 is definitely too much in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the current sales rank 11,940, like we've seen before. So the lowest sales rank happened in March 26th, so 1 month ago, and it was rank 15. That sounds quite weird because it's not appearing anywhere in the graph. If I go back in time here, on March 26th, sales rank was in the range of 2,000, 3,000, definitely not in the range of 15. So I don't know which sales rank it's talking about, probably a subcategory sales rank. 2019, so from last year, sorry. March 26th, 2019. So if we go back in time, yeah, indeed. In this period here, it was a crazy selling product.
Wow.
Yeah. So last year, it was definitely a top seller in this period here. Yeah, you see. You don't have huge spikes, but just because the sales are happening so fast that BSR is not having any time to drop. This is a solid selling product. It was selling extremely well in 2019. Also because the price was only 11 euros. So during this period, it was super cheap to buy this product. And here the sales were crazy. You see sales rank 128, 164. So with this sales rank here, you have really a lot of sales every day. Now it's still selling, not that much as before. We are still in the range of, you see, sales rank 1781, sales rank 1808. So it's still selling very, very, very well. not as much as before, but still it's a product that is flying off the shelf for how many units you can actually sell. And the price is definitely higher than before. So if you buy this product, my strategy would be to price it as high as possible. So I would price it at 35.80, like suggested, like mentioned here, so you can maximize your profit. If you see that prices are dropping too much, so the product is not so popular anymore, and the BSR is going down, then you might consider adjusting the price a little bit to keep the sales going without losing too much profit.
Yes.
But as long as you are the only FBA seller in this listing, I would keep it this level here, just to not to enter a fight with the other seller. And definitely you're going to keep having sales, because I see that also for this price you have sales. And if you're not satisfied by the number of sales, then you can definitely drop the price and sell a lot more.
Yes, because I have a lot of margin in this product.
Exactly. So you have, in France, you have something around 16 euros profit. So you can lower the price a lot without losing money out of your single unit sale.